And welcome to the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host. Who am I today? Sasha, aka Flavor Flav. Remember that fucking show with Flavor Flav and the bitch, Brigitte Nielsen or
Yes,
whatever?
Brigitte
that
Nielsen.
giant,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
that
Well,
Yeti of a white woman.
She's wonderful. I don't care, man. That show was
Whoa.
so.
After you introduce yourself, I'm gonna need you to explain why Brigitte Nielsen is wonderful to you. I don't even know what she's famous for aside from that.
Because
I don't know
I'm
how
Red
she got there.
Sonja. That's why. I'm Red Sonja, and that's who I am. That's why she's amazing. All right, Red Sonja. Literally 2 words next to each other, and that's enough for the rest of your life. Like, just give up. Like, accept the fact. Brigitte Nielsen was that bitch. Or is she? Is she alive? Am I?
Roja.
I don't know that she's living or not. I feel like she's probably dead, but Flavor Flav is living, so she's got to be all right. And who else do we have here?
Yeah. It's me. It's Joey. You know the vibes.
Damn, Joey.
I love how we're all tired at the same time. Like, we're never all tired.
No,
but like
no.
today, like, it was
today
my
is
ass
it.
was just getting beat.
Yo,
Today's it.
We're fucking synced, dude.
Our
It's
cycles are synced.
like when women get their period together, we just get tired together, all 3 of us at the same time. So then one of us gets in a bad mood. But I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just exhausted. It's the fucking holidays, dude, and it's whooping my fucking behind.
Yeah.
I got 2 kids, and there's pressure, even though like they don't give a shit. But like I also like feel like there's this pressure that I have to show up and like do everything in a certain manner. But that's just society telling me I'm a piece of shit. I can tell myself I'm a piece of shit for free, and I don't need to do that. Wow, Justin, look at this. Already tired. His phone's so tired.
His phone is
the
tired.
camera's out. Yeah.
Is somebody calling me? Is that what it is?
Get him on the pod. Let's figure this out.
Am I back?
Mhm.
Oh, my fucking Wi-Fi like went out for a second or something. What the fuck that was?
Damn Detroit.
That explains it. And
that's what
it's
happens
out
when you
again.
live in Detroit. You have to fight for your internet. So he's got to go downstairs and fight the mayor
though, like,
for 45 minutes of internet.
Detroit does get shitty service. Why is my camera like not doing its thing right now? What's going on?
Well, because you got to go fight the mayor downstairs.
I gotta fight Dan Gilbert.
I wouldn't have never known that. I wouldn't have looked it up either.
Dan Gilbert,
like the least important.
He's the guy who owns Quicken Loans, and he pretty much owns all of Detroit, and he's like this evil white man behind everything.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow, we didn't know that. Unveil that mystery for us. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's an evil white man who owns a corporation behind everything bad in the world. So, in Detroit, it's Dan Gilbert.
The mayor. Who's the mayor? Or is this just the nigga who is Dan?
No, he's
Gilbert's
just the rich. He's not. He's
He's
not a mayor or anything. He's just.
He was that. Okay, I thought you were saying
he
he
just
was
owns
also the mayor.
Quicken Loans. So he's like a billionaire who's a piece of shit.
No,
he's had like.
He's out there.
I mean, there's probably some political thing in there, but I'm really stupid, so I'm not gonna like regurgitate it.
But it would be crazy if like that was like the mayor. Like the mayor is also this person who owns Quicken Loans. That'd be crazy.
Isn't that kind of the plot of RoboCop? Like the city gets under like private corporations.
I gotta ask you something. You brought up RoboCop on this podcast 3 times. How many times have you seen those movies, bro?
You know, I'm like disappointed by you every time. Like literally in your hot takes. Like leave. RoboCop is literally in the ethos of our pop culture. Please,
it's not anymore. I think there's a time. So here's the thing about pop culture, right? That's what it is. It's popular culture. RoboCop, out of the ethos unless you're like over 40 at this point. You know what I mean?
That is not even true.
If you're 40, like Lil Yachty is not in your wheelhouse, right? But Lil Yachty's where all the money's being made. I have no idea who started RoboCop. I have no idea who the cast because
you
that's
don't know
not
who the
popular
cast
culture
is?
anymore.
Peter Weller. Peter Weller's RoboCop.
Listeners, do you guys know who the fuck Peter Weller is?
Yes. He was the voice of Batman. Stop hating.
Batman? Which Batman?
The Dark Knight. which is one of the best animated like films that has ever come out. Like the Dark Knight 1 and 2. He's
You
Peter
know what's
Weller.
funny though?
He's
Like
old man Bruce.
I have written down. I write down podcast topics and I don't tell you guys. I just like if something comes up, I swing the conversation there. And the last topic I wrote was like, how does Cardona have so much time for Netflix? Because I was
work
doing
from
the
home.
yeah, but like aren't you on the phone all day, nigga? Like don't you like when do you have time? Because like
It's called
I came up with this.
multitask. I got 3 screens.
I came up with this because I was sick today, boy. I was mad at you for something you said in the last podcast, where you had mentioned on the last podcast, and me and Thrillah doesn't even watch TV, so he never has any idea what you're talking about. But you mentioned that Michelle Obama was in a show on Netflix, and I kind of glossed over it. But like when I was listening to the clip again, I was like, "What show is
Waffles and
Michelle
Mochi.
Obama?"
It was
it's a fucking puppet show. Like, why do you know that? No one knows that except for
Bro,
you.
I try everything because I still have children to entertain while I do things.
So
I try.
So wait,
and literally, Waffles and Mochi comes out.
To see when did Jackson request a Michelle Obama specific show?
Hold on. You have put some respect on the name. That is the first lady of the United States. No, the other thing is, bro, it's just a show. Like, what do you think? Like, I'm just gonna stick to the ones that I know forever. Like, I'm gonna put something on. I'm like, okay, this looks adorable, and it is, bro.
Yeah, but it's like it looks
it's
adorable.
Literally
like,
a Yeti monster with waffles for ears, and literally walking with a sentient mochi. Okay, a rice dessert.
I love mochi.
You're not impressed?
See, this is like hyper niche. Is it? Did this get pushed to you via like? Cause I obviously don't have my TV set to the kids Netflix. Was this getting pushed to the kids Netflix side, or did you dig in? Did you find?
It's a kid show. It's a kid show, so it just gets referenced. Especially like before, because there wasn't as much content. But now I think in 2021, there's so much fucking like original content that Netflix has for kids that it was different, but the landscape was different. So now like it's just a super popular show, and obviously like you have like the first lady of the United States appearing there as as a regular guest, not a regular guest, as a regular character, and she's talking to some cute little fucking bumblebee about all kinds of shit.
Kind of a big deal.
I'm with it.
Kind of a big deal.
And we're just
it is right. Has that ever come across any like hold on. To call back to the episode, Nancy Reagan ain't on any puppet shows. The only puppet she was playing.
She was the puppet. She had the hand up her ass.
She did.
A sock puppet.
Mr. T.
Because niggas come in socks.
I put it in food. Like
I love how like it's just so funny that like I didn't know Michelle Obama was on a children's show, and you knew this, but you still were like, let's ponder how much dick she sucks, or if she sucks dick at all. Like
you did that. You did that yourself, bro. You brought that.
But here's the thing: you were like knowing that the last time you saw Michelle Obama was on a television show for children. Yes. You were like, "Yeah, I want to fuck. Like, I want that." Like, I never thought about fucking the bitches on Sesame Street. Maybe they're fine. I don't know, but like they're on Sesame Street, so I wasn't thinking about them that way. Sesame Street's still on TV. That's crazy.
Maybe you just don't remember being like, "Oh, no, she can get it."
Juanita.
Nah, like the only I remember, you know what it was? Who was on Sesame Street the one time? So on the Cosby Show, the wife, I kind of never thought she was hot, and then one day I saw her on Sesame Street, and it did it for me. I don't know why. I think it was the production, because Cosby, Cosby's kind of shot very grayish. There's like a gray undertone to the filming, but on Sesame Street, she was just like in a bright colors, and I was just like, damn, she's looking mad Puerto Rican right now.
Yes.
Just hanging out in the barrio with Big Bird. I don't know. I might want to put some dick on this.
Big Bird in the barrio. Like he's totally like hanging out like off the bodega.
They're just outside. They, I'm saying, niggas saying they outside.
He's a bird. So and he's a New York City bird. So
he's
what do you think
he's
he's eating bacon, egg, and cheeses for sure all the time. He don't give a shit.
Right, so I don't know if I actually, you know what? Let me Google it, because
my god! Wait, hold on. What if we have the ultimate final episode of Sesame Street and it's got Nems just saying "Bing Bong" for 45 minutes,
The
and
kids.
then you got like 4-year-olds going "Bing Bong," like just for the rest of eternity, and that's our education system. So we finally elect um for the first lady, who's now going to be the first lady of the United States. She's a president, right? Do they still become no a first lady? Is just somebody they're married to, right?
yeah, yes.
Okay. So anyway, you got the president of the United States, Michelle Obama, and NEMS as the education department. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I trust them more.
I think so, and then we're gonna change the American flag to the Knicks flag, and everyone's got to deal with it. I think that's it.
So what are the
We'll
weird
figure it
and
out.
niche shit are you watching under the guise that it's for your children and not just for
Oh
yourself?
no, I'm not gonna bring that on. But I just started The Witcher, the second season.
Oh, that's right. It came out. Oh my god, I gotta
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
Wait,
watch
hold on.
it.
No,
Wait,
I need.
Joey,
I
you like
need.
this?
I know
Yo,
you
The
need Joey on
Witcher
this
is
because Joey
sick,
doesn't watch
bro.
anything.
The Witcher is
How-
fire. Yeah,
That's right, my boy.
Witcher is fire.
Okay, hold
I
on.
was
Toss
really
a coin
upset
to your
when I.
Witcher was in my head for months,
That
rent
song
free.
is fire,
Toss
bro.
a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty. I was like, oh, a banger.
Joey,
That was
Joey,
fire.
when you edit this, can you just like put some auto tune on Christian right there? Can you like make that a banger?
I got it.
Yeah. It has to be. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty. Like no, they did not have to go
Ooh.
that hard, but it
They
went
really didn't.
super hard. Like when they go into the break right after he does that, he belts that out, and then they just put in a full on band behind it. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
why they
didn't,
like
they didn't need to go that hard, but they
my
did.
man Dandelion.
I haven't watched The Witcher, but you know what? I have had this thought for a while. I think
Watch it.
Henry Cavill may be the most beautiful white man to have ever existed,
It's the
like
most beautiful.
past or present. Like I've never even
Mhm.
seen like a picture of anyone who looks that good.
You can cut diamond on that jaw.
Mhm.
That jawline is
Like
perfect.
I'm kind of convinced. Like he didn't even like try to play Superman. Somebody like had to have asked him, or he was built in a lab to play
Yeah,
that
right.
role.
Like he was born, and someone's like, "Hey, like, 4-month-old baby, who he probably had the same jaw
Or you know
at
what?
that time."
Or you know what? Wait. Theory coming on.
Mm.
Maybe the DC movies suck so badly because DC funded. They took most of their budget into growing Henry Cavill in a petri dish, and now they
Yes.
just they made a human, so they ran out of
Right.
money to make good movies.
They were hoping they were
Batman,
going to
it was
It's
over.
a Superboy plot.
They were going
That's
to
literally like just grown in Cadmus, and he was supposed to be. And like they fucked up, like because now he's not in the movies anymore. He had a mustache in the last one. It was all kinds of fucked up, stupid shit. That was the dumbest thing in the world to me. Seeing his
What
mustache
was?
getting edited out. Henry Cavill in Batman. No, in was it Justice League or Batman versus Superman? But literally, he comes back into the scene, and you see like poorly just I guess reskinned mustache, and you're just like really uncomfortable because it's like he's like they put like I guess his own lips from previous films. I don't know. It was a really weird thing. It's kind of like a lot like when you watch that episode with Livia and she's already dead and they just like super cut all the audio together. Sorry if I spoiled the 20-year-old episode for you guys, but do you remember that, Justin? Being that you just finished it,
Wait, episode of what?
Sopranos. Did I say that out loud?
No, you didn't.
You do it a lot.
You did that thing that you said.
Yeah, I did it. So I'm talking about the Sopranos. Like Livia, she dies before the final episode that they need her on. So they did something that hadn't been done before at that point. Was literally they cut a bunch of audio and some tape and just put it over somebody's body for a little bit and finished out the last episode that was supposed to be kind of Livia's like farewell, but because she passed away unexpectedly, they didn't have her for that episode. So if you ever watch it, it's really weird because again, this is like what 99, like when they're doing this, so it's not like well done. But it does remind me of Henry Cavill's upper lip. That's where I went with all of this. Thank you for being on this ride with me. This has been Christian's ADHD. I don't know.
Journey.
Travel expense? Journey? I don't know.
Speaking of
Excursion.
ADHD journey. Speaking of, when are we gonna get some fucking Adderall, dude? So here's my roller coaster with Adderall. It's like I know I need Adderall, but I search for Adderall, can't find it, and then forget Adderall's a thing. So I go on like a 3-month journey of trying to find this drug, and it just nothing.
Can't find it.
I either find it and people will not give it up, or I just don't find it at all. And then I give up, and then I just spend 6 months having anxiety until I remember Adderall's thing again, and then the search continues.
Go back on the journey.
So if any of our listeners, you got Adderall in Detroit, let me know. What if like this is like the episode where somebody hears this and like it just brings me into the drug underbelly of Detroit? Like, yeah, I know where to get Adderall and plenty of other things.
Yeah.
And then
you'll get added to the black market.
Dealer.
You'll get a heroin dealer and a tiger dealer, like at the same time. I feel like those things go hand in hand if you're in the black market. I feel like
no, I don't think they do.
It's the market and it's the store next door.
I don't think people who sell heroin are associated with people who sell tigers. Now, people who sell weapons, like
they're using the same POS system.
People who sell arms internationally, I think they definitely know where to get a tiger. But like heroin, like you could be like a scum. You could like not pay your car note and sell heroin. Like there's people who are bad at selling heroin. I don't think
talking about the good ones.
Dealers,
okay, listen, we're talking about good old.
But the good ones,
ones
are like the guys who like don't live in America. Like if I get to that network, if I get like deep,
hold on,
like the ranch in Mexico.
Where can I go pick up just a random animal in America right now? Like from some kind of... Wait,
listen, no,
don't answer that. I wonder if that's the whole thing.
Don't answer that because that's how the pandemic started. Random animals.
That is exactly.
Apparently, that's how it started. You know, the what was it? The pangolin eating the bat shit or whatever, and that made somebody ate that, and then that started or was it in a lab in Wuhan? We'll never really know. We'll dive into the answers.
We literally never will know until like one of us is about at the brink of death and they release it. But you know who did a good what if was South Park's pandemic episode. Did you guys get to watch that?
I did not see that. What was that like? What was that like?
So Randy Marsh is what's his name? Kyle's dad? No, not Kyle. Stan's
dad.
Stan, right? Stan's dad. He has a visit. Apparently, he was in China. He gets a call from Mickey Mouse because they were apparently doing wild shit together, getting drunk and doing drugs, and apparently fucking bats and pangolins together. It's one of the funniest fucking things. Like obviously, it's a human being literally putting its penis inside of a bat, and just like they animated that. I want you like just get that visual like picture for you. They did that and then the pangolin. And there's literally like like at least 2 minutes of people saying like, who the fuck would fuck a pangolin? It's so ugly. Like I don't know. There's so much. There's so many.
Is that the qualm? Is that the qualm with fucking a pangolin, that it's ugly, or that it's an animal?
Yeah, I think it's because it's ugly. Definitely.
So you're saying with your whole chest right now that you would fuck a pretty pangolin?
Hold on. I never said I would fuck a pretty pangolin, but I understand why Randy Marsh would.
Listen, we've been having this conversation for about 2 whole minutes, and you have not denied that you would fuck a pangolin. I have no reason to believe that you would not. Go on record.
Go on record.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
No, it's not too late. You know what? Your phone needs to get with the program, bro. Okay, I'm tired of watching this cat. You're back.
But is my phone not in there again? I'm not saying.
Yeah, it wasn't for like for a little bit, but it's okay. Leave me alone. I will not fuck a pangolin. Not here nor there. Not anywhere.
Anywhere.
Not with a with. I don't remember a
The
lot of
West.
Nah,
Dr.
bro,
Seuss stuff.
we're gonna fuck some animals, dude. That's our.
What is
No,
We're
with
gonna
you
create animals. I would
and
only
this
do it
word
with the
we? Like,
bro.
why do you keep having to drag other niggas down into your depravities? He's like, we're gonna fuck
Seriously, he
animals.
does.
No,
Mhm.
Listen,
you
listen,
fuck
listen,
the
listen.
animals and leave us
No,
out
no,
of it.
listen,
Just tell
listen.
us
I'm not
he's a
saying.
furry.
Listen, just hear me out. Hear me out, right? It was 60 degrees in Michigan in December. There's no rules anymore. All right,
Crazy. Nature
y'all
is
need to
upended.
come into the depravity with me. Do I want to
Pause.
fuck animals? No, but I mean the Earth is
Neither
going
do
to
I.
rot. This is the last year that we have a
He's a
planet or a species. Might as well start fucking weird stuff,
dirty
right?
sheep fucker. You're a dirty sheep fucker.
I
That's
don't
what
think I
you
would
are.
fuck a
No.
sheep. I feel like a sheep isn't like a sexy animal to fuck. You know?
Would you go the Columbus route and sleep with a manatee? Like, because I think that is hysterical. Like, who saw a manatee and said, "Damn," like,
Well, the
like,
story
Count
goes
down.
that apparently Columbus like thought the manatee was like a mermaid or something, and he like fucked it. And apparently, like manatees have vaginas very similar to the human vagina, which like. First of all, who the fuck? Oh, no, he like it was no. It was documented in a
we
diary.
gave him a
Supposedly.
day. We gave him a
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Told you, America's garbage, dude.
Dirty manatee fucker.
So wait a minute. So my man said, "Ooh, there's this mermaid laying on a beach. Like, I'ma fuck it." Was the
Hold
was
on,
the
but
mermaid
think,
awake? Was this manatee awake? Well, like how?
yo, like, how do
Like
you
how
how
clap
do you
down?
not
What kind of
figure out?
nasty manatee was that? The manatee was down.
down? Yo, we should go
That
back
manatee
in
does not
time
respect
and kill
herself.
this manatee, because then we would have not had Columbus, and there would be no fucking like fake Italians like talking about how they discovered America. Like we don't need that energy. We don't need that energy. So that manatee has to go. That's the set.
Yo,
Well,
I'm
I
doing
think
that.
I think we need more manatees. So he's got more
right.
things to fuck. So he's got more things to fuck, and he never like comes and discovers the Indians because he's too busy fucking manatees, and he dies in a manatee
Or he
orgy.
gets gonorrhea like from one of these fucking manatees. Like I
Dude,
can't
that's what
imagine.
fucking. Can I tell you that fucking kills me that like Christopher Columbus like or anybody did what they did because like people were dying at like 30 back then. Like you could
Yeah,
get. Did you know syphilis drives you insane if you have it long enough?
Yeah,
that's wild.
It
yeah.
literally rots your brain and gives you dementia, which is crazy because you literally go crazy from pussy. Like that's the most hysterical disease to me. Now you
Yeah,
give it an antibiotic, you don't even know you have it. But like these people who are committing horrible atrocities in history,
yeah,
like if they would have like caught a scratch at some point and got an infection, like they would
got
die.
tetanus,
And like they didn't. Like how the
right?
fuck
Yeah.
you went like Christopher Columbus, there was a like how did like Columbus crossed an
Do you think he
ocean.
used
How the
seawater for
fuck do
lube?
you how do you fucking survive crossing an ocean and like antibiotics are not a thing? Refrigeration is not a thing. Like what the like niggas died from scurvy. That meant they didn't have enough vitamin C for long enough.
Yeah.
And that nigga made it.
Yeah. And he made
Yo,
it, and he went back multiple times.
the
It's
manatee
a
is one of
very odd
the
thing,
ugliest animals.
bro.
Looking at manatees right now.
Hold on, can
I've
we
been
talk
looking
about
at it
that?
for a
So
minute, and
that was where my
like to think, yo, okay, you saw a manatee and said, "I think it's a mermaid." The
bro.
women
What
that you
girls?
are
What
used
women was
to,
he looking at?
you feel me? Like that is
Yo,
fucked up.
when so he was into some thick bitches, like it. I don't know what happened in Christopher Columbus's life that you get to see a manatee and you start like licking your lips, like bro, like do you just like hang out with like women near the ocean a lot, like
Well,
that's it's still like a sea animal, like it's his
well,
fucking
well, one thing for me is that like so like I remember the first time I found out that like Jesus, because like historically speaking, Jesus was probably only like 5'3" because people were just really short back then. So maybe around Columbus's time. Yeah, Jesus is not tall. Look it up.
That's a
Just
random
people,
fact.
So
yeah, like
random.
people in that time were just like really short. Like
Can you
we're
imagine
only
like some
we're only
5'3" guy
tall now
talk like
because of
preaching to you
our
about God?
diets. I mean,
Or just shove him down to the floor.
I've had that. Yeah, homeless people are typically small, but and they believe Jesus is around. But yeah, like so I'm thinking maybe because we don't know Columbus looked like. There was no photography then. He was just getting painted. So women then were probably really hideous. Men were probably really short. Women were really big. Also, like being fat back then was like a sign of like that you were royalty, that you were opulent, you had a lot of money because obviously you were fat. You had the food.
There's not a lot of fat
So
royalty though. Like you're not seeing like a bunch of like. I
People
mean,
don't
I
look
don't
like
know how to explain
manatees.
this.
you're seeing
Manatees don't look like
paintings of
people.
them. You're not seeing real
They
pictures
don't
of
look like
Columbus.
people. They don't look like
Manatees
people.
don't look
That's
like
the number
people.
one thing.
They
Like a
fucking don't.
manatee's face
They
is nowhere
fucking don't.
near a human's
They
face.
just
Not
fucking
even the
don't.
shape. Like it's
You
like,
know,
where
well,
did you find the
probably
pussy? Okay, hold
right.
on.
Yeah,
Where
you
did you
look for
hold
it.
on? That's experimenting. Like what do you like? I don't even know where to find this like face in the first place. Like you went ahead. Like there's guys that
All
like
right, well,
are
let's.
raised by
I'm
women
gonna.
and can't find where somebody's butthole is versus their vagina.
Well, you know
Just
what?
saying.
I'm gonna. And this is to be the first and last time this happens in the history of any black person. But I'm gonna defend Columbus for a minute because I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Oh no.
No, because here's the
No.
thing. Here's the thing, right? If you never saw a manatee before, if you never saw one before, and it was giving you the eyes, I don't know. Maybe you might fuck it. Like,
Whoa.
You see what
because
I'm saying?
you
You
know
need
who
to
Christopher
stop
You know what's
Columbus
bringing people
is?
fucking
down
insane?
to these
You know what?
demonic ways. Listen, if you
I'll
need
give it to you
Christ
like
in
this.
your life, walk away from the podcast because
I will put it in a
Justin.
way. I will now listen. I will put it in a way that you as a nerd can very much understand. Star Trek. Captain Luke Picard fucked so many different species of shits. Like he
But they
fucked a lot
still
of
look like
non-humans.
women. They still look like humanoids. They were humanoids. They weren't like
I'm
just like blobby gray creatures.
not.
Bro, like, okay, all right. You know what? Let's pull up a picture of a fucking manatee next time and let you point to where the vagina is and you go, there. Like the man had to figure out and was like, I don't know. There's so many things
He was probably
to
on some
figure
kind
out.
of shroom. He was probably on some kind of
Yo,
shroom.
That's
you
another
got to
thing
do
too.
something.
Like he's at sea for a long time. We just discussed that he does not have like the same food and nutrition that we do. So and also syphilis was syphilis common in Spain back then? I think it
Probably.
was.
It's
I think it
everywhere.
was just. I think it was generally pretty common in Europe and in that era to begin with.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus could have been off the shits with syphilis and thought. Because I mean, if he was fucking a manatee, that means he had to fuck
So he
some
gave
weird
the
shit on
manatee
land.
syphilis. He's a fucking monster.
I mean, he had to fuck the manatee on land, right? Or at least like on the
Or
boat. Or did he? Was he in the water giving it the stroke?
Oh, that's mad romantic.
He was doing the breaststroke and the
Or
and
wait,
the
I'll give it
pelvis
to you
and the
like
pelvis.
this. Wait a minute. Maybe
That's what he said.
manatees looked more human back then, but Christopher
Oh,
Columbus had
okay.
STDs. Wait, let me finish. Christopher Columbus bought his European STDs and then fucked these ocean creatures that were more humanoid looking, and
And
then
then
they
fucked them up.
mutated because they all kind of have syphilis now
It
because
would
of
make
Christopher
sense
Columbus.
because of white people.
Uh,
So manatees used to be beautiful.
Manatees
Until
were mermaids, and then Christopher Columbus put his dirty ass dick in it, and now they're fat cow looking creatures. Not that there's anything wrong with being fat. I don't
No.
want to body shame.
But we can body shame manatees if we want. Like this could be
I think it's okay to do that.
like you fat fuck, you gelatinous fucking gray
I
piece
think
of
the
shit.
manatee. In fact, I think the manatees celebrate their bodies a lot because they keep
Yeah.
them warm, being that they do swim in the ocean. That's pretty
Yeah,
cold. So
yeah,
I think calling a manatee skinny might offend it a
Ooh.
lot more than calling it
Right,
fat.
yeah, like you're trash. You're not a good manatee.
You're trash.
The-
You can't
The
hunt.
manatee
You
plumes
bullshit.
was probably fire for Columbus. Like I bet he enjoyed it.
Oh my
Because
god.
you said their vaginas
Can
are
you
very human-like. That must have been lit. Like a
Oh my
thing,
god.
like no resistance, just laying on the beach, letting him do whatever he wants as a white man. That's just like right up his alley. Like,
There we go.
let me
That
do what I
was
want.
it. Thank you, Joey. We're done with the episode today. We're done. We're
Dude, I
picking
don't
up.
know. I don't know if you realize this. Joey's the secret punchline king. Like he's the funniest
Oh yeah,
of us three.
yeah,
But he
yeah.
just like
He
waits
is.
in the cut until he's got something to say. I just be saying shit like defending Columbus fucking manatees. I just talk shit.
The hill you want to die on is defending Christopher Columbus.
Yo,
Fuck ocean marine life.
I'm playing
yeah.
devil's advocate for the sake of content.
I don't know. I think now our
I feel like the
listeners are
devil is
suspect.
in hell. Like, please don't stop doing it. It's not worth it.
It's not
It's
me.
not
Dude,
worth it.
Dude, I'd be fucking like when people like I talk to new people and they're like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" I'm like, "Bro, don't listen to the podcast, like the podcast, subscribe, but like don't hold me accountable to anything I say on there in real life because this is just me belting it out to entertain the people, all right?"
Yes,
Like
because it's thought vomit, and we're giving it to you live. It's unedited, uncut, just like Joey.
are you uncircumcised?
No, I'm circumcised. I'm definitely circumcised.
That was just a stab in the dark. I was just trying
know,
to like
yeah.
figure that out.
Imagine. Yeah, imagine.
There
Are
you
you
go,
sure?
listeners.
Can you draw your penis for me just so I can confirm? Don't
We
take a
need to-
picture. I want you to
we
draw
need
it.
to get
Pull
that
it out.
live.
On camera. I'll just pull it out. I'll just whip that bitch out
Oh,
right now.
hold on for the Patreon.
What is my
Uh,
phone doing? It keeps like
I don't
cutting
know,
out the
man.
video. It's like I think it's my internet.
Probably your
It might
Wi-Fi.
be, and that's trash because the internet needs to be better. Detroit, do better. Go fight the mayor downstairs. So you actually like shared a video with us in chat, Justin, about this other podcast. Which what's their podcast called? I forget what it's.
That was the waving the red flag.
Financial abortion, dude.
Yeah, that was waving the red flag.
Waving a red flag. So they've got a lot of great content, but he had talked about financial abortion and essentially to kind of give it the quickness is basically given the fact that women have the ability to say that they're going to keep the child or not keep the child and to have that autonomy to be able to do, if you're pro-choice, that the adverse should be that a man should be able to check out also, like say, hey, I'm not going to do this. If you want to keep the baby, that's totally cool, but you got to take care of it. It's not my burden or my financial burden. I want to hear your takes because I might have some kind of a spicy one.
That shit crazy.
So what you're saying is you want Columbus to keep his manatee baby? Is that that was a crazy segue? That was insane. You tried to get super serious on this podcast.
You got off the camera. It gave me the opportunity. I tried to entertain the audience. You know what? I haven't had enough. Enough.
I'm just saying that, like, from should have Columbus fucked the manatee to should men stay around for their children? Like, this is a crazy, insane segue.
It's not that crazy. It's basically there's a bunch of Columbus manatee children out there, animals and
animals.
Dude, wait, no, that's it. No, that's what it is. No, wait, I figured it out. You brought it together full circle. Manatee. So I think Columbus really did fuck a mermaid, but the babies were like, the interspecies babies. So those babies are now manatees, but the mermaids don't claim them because they're like freak mutants. And then now that's how manatees exist. We figured it out, dude. So Columbus really did fuck a mermaid. How the fuck did this become the topic of the episode?
And how did this become the episode where you just defend this vile
Columbus
man for his sexual freedom? You really
crazy?
Are on the progressive
we're
charts.
coming on the holiday. We're coming in on the holidays. It's about to be Christmas.
And you did this.
We've talked about the wrong white man. We've talked about midget Jesus, Christopher Columbus, and no Santa. So first of all, Joey, are you like pulling up on us? I don't even know what the plan is yet. Are we actually coming to PA? So thus far,
I
the
would
plan
love to.
is
I would love
let's
to.
work it out with the audience as well. Also, for the
Uh-oh.
fans, I will be in Pennsylvania for Christmas weekend if you want to party with me. But so the plan is I'm gonna drive up. So I'll probably wake up. Okay, all right. Let me. It's your house, Christian. So what time would you like me to arrive at your house on Christmas Eve?
You
Keep
know
in mind,
what?
I am 9 hours away.
You do what you got to do. It don't matter to me. Really, it doesn't. It doesn't bother us because I am off and I'm gonna be cooking. We're gonna make tamales. We're gonna make moñuelos. We're gonna make fucking empanadas. We're gonna make a lot of fucking shit, and you're gonna be completely stuffed all day. That's basically the plan. And I'll make coquito. So it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna have some good ass weed and be up.
Damn, that sounds like a good fucking time.
Yeah.
So then
That's what I
I'll
love
drive
doing.
up. I'll
My
leave
favorite
like
thing.
Christmas Eve morning, chill at your crib. Then I'll bounce from your crib in the morning to go to see my
Christmas Day.
spawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, probably just come back after that and just after the
Yeah.
Christmas, the opening of the presents and whatever, and then just vibe. Joey,
Yeah.
when will you
down.
pop out? You have no kids, so Christmas isn't even a thing for you. Is it?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I have my whole family here on Staten Island.
Yeah.
I have 3 brothers.
What do you guys do?
We just open presents like in the early afternoon and eat. You know, my mom cooks or
Christmas
whatever.
Eve or Christmas
for him.
Day? Do you do Noche
Chri-
Buena?
No, Christmas Day. My family we used to just like party Christmas Eve. But
Yeah.
you know, that's all
That's our shit.
changed in years. But Trop, when would you have to be heading back to when do you have to leave Pennsylvania?
I'll probably leave like that Sunday. I don't know. My job hasn't told me yet because they're either gonna have us off from Christmas till after New Year, or we have to work for 3 days, which don't even make no
Right.
sense. I don't really
Right.
care either way, but yeah, probably leaving that Sunday. Actually, I'd probably leave that Sunday anyway if I had off, just to like be back
Yeah.
in
back home.
good old Detroit.
All right.
All
I
right.
gotta look at the calendar.
You tell me what you guys want to do. Joni has been patiently bugging me for like literally weeks. Literally, is that gonna happen? Is that gonna happen? And she doesn't understand that men just kind of live life on a whim. And
You know, like a day at a time. A day at a time,
bro,
babe.
like I don't know what's gonna happen. She's like, "What's gonna happen?" And
Mhm.
I'm like, "Shut up, please stop."
You know what? I think
bothering me."
Joni's excited to have another adult around because now it's not just
Yes.
Jackson anymore. There's 2 children, so now
Mhm.
you're
Yeah.
battling 2-on-2 instead of 2-on-1.
Oh
and
yeah.
Right.
Oh
she's
yeah.
The
feeling the heat.
ratio.
She's feeling.
and
She's feeling the heat.
and you live in the woods. I'm sure you guys have no friends
Oh yeah. No.
that live close.
She. No. You guys are my friends, but yeah, that's about
Yeah,
it.
but I live 9 hours away. I mean, like neighbors
I
you can
know.
like go to have a cocktail with while your kids are napping. Like that's very
That
healthy
doesn't
for
happen.
adults to have.
That doesn't happen.
That sounds very privileged white people like having a cocktail while your kids are napping. That sounds beautiful. Sounds like a great fucking time.
You know what's funny today? Somebody like
We could do that.
they went out drinking with their friend, but they actually said the word like, yeah, I went and had a cocktail with my girls, and I was like, that's so adult of you to say
OD.
cocktail. Because I never,
Yeah.
I mean, I've had cocktail, like technically a margarita is a cocktail, but you don't call it that.
100%.
It
It's
is.
Right.
Your it felt like when I never have used the word cocktail, so I'm like, you know what? And this girl I was talking to who said this was 25, so I'm like, if I'm 34 and I've never used the word cocktail,
I've never used the word cocktail, bro.
I don't have it in my like regular repertoire, so let me introduce that. So now that's why I said that. So, like have it more in my lexicon of vocabulary. It didn't feel, but see, already you questioned it, so now I feel like
I'm sorry.
I'm insecure
No.
now.
Keep saying cocktail, bro.
Keep saying it. It's good for
Cocktails
you.
are dope.
And also, it seems to come to my attention that we have to re-record that beginning with you, Justin, because you say
What?
obliterate, and a few people have already sent me a message about it, and you know what? I'm gonna have to side with them on this one. No more obliterate.
All my message. Listen, that will make that was strategic, people. When I say, and I'm going to tell you what I did. All right, I was like, you know what? I want people to stop.
Obliterate.
I want something that's gonna catch people. So when they stop and go, did he just say, oh, they're like, all right, well, shit. Now I got to go back and like, subscribe, and
it's
share
stuck in their heads. It's
because
now
they can't just skip over that. You know what I mean? They have
No,
to
they
hear
can't.
that, and they have to engage with liking, subscribing, hitting the
Mhm.
notification bell. So really, that was a tactic. I won, and I won.
I don't know if you won, but sure. We'll let you get this one if you
the
want.
YouTube numbers are slowly but surely rising. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I won.
Okay. No. Because we don't use that audio on the YouTube. What are you talking about? We only
Yeah, but
use it for the
makes people
shit.
go to the YouTube. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. That's how we get there. So it's a slow news week. Like there's been things that have happened, but not a ton.
I actually did get some news. Hold on. Let me. It's not really
Oh,
news.
hold
Hold
on.
on.
I got some news. For those of you who are out there who are trash human beings who like 90 Day Fiance, have you guys ever ventured down this terrible path?
I have not. I've
Okay.
seen
Briefly.
other people do it.
So there was a person that was actually on one of the episode, one of the seasons, and she went all the way to Australia. Had this terrible time, but apparently she sells her farts in a jar. So I don't know if you knew that was coming, but it's here. And how did we get to a society where like fart selling is like a commodity? Like, how do you sell your farts?
Well, I'm gonna say of the three of us, I think you're probably the most likely to buy a fart. So why don't you tell us?
I would never. I would never. Literally never ever like that. Listen, I have my kinks, and I'm not gonna shame anyone that too badly, but I don't understand it. Like you had what's her name, Belle Delphine, like selling her bathwater, like and like having to put a warning label like "Don't drink this." Like, I'm sad, bro. It's a little. It's a little
Bro,
gross.
I'm sad.
Niggas is horny, bro. I'm not mad at
This
that.
is really horny. Really
I'm
horny.
mad at that. I'm mad at that.
I'm still mad at the fact that I saw a furry at a grocery store with shorts on, and then realizing later that that's where the dick hole is. I don't know why it's still plaguing me from Halloween, but I'm still remembering you, sir. If you somehow catch this podcast, why were you wearing that pink furry costume? Why'd you have shorts on? And was that where the dick hole like was supposed to be? Because I got
I
lots of
think
questions.
again, and this just brings me back. Like, you have the questions, which means that like you want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this
I
isn't
do
haunting
want
you
to
because
know.
it isn't haunting you because you don't want it. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like, you're, like I said,
investigative.
you're inquisitive spirit, and I think it's inquisitively horny to be a furry. It's fine if you are, dude. I feel like you of all the three of us probably have the weirdest kinks. I
don't.
pretend I do for
It's very
entertainment.
vanilla.
Sure it is. I mean, you're the one who like literally you got on Google just now to look up news, and the first story you saw was about selling farts. So that's your Google telling you something. So
Oh
I'm gonna
no,
go
that
ahead
was
and say,
actually a layup by Joni. She sent me that article because we watched 90 Day Fiance,
oh,
and she's
you
like,
mean
"Look
your
at
wife
this."
that you have sex with? Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say you guys are freaks and you smell each other's farts, which is fine. Hey, that's a happy
No.
marriage right there.
Hold on.
Chill out.
Kind of. You end up like farting around each other. You end up farting around each other a little bit, and you just like
Yeah, of
laugh
course.
at each other's farts. But
Listen,
I also have.
I imagine. Here's the thing, right? I imagine you just got me on a thought train here. So I
Uh-oh.
imagine that a fart kink can be developed from a good marriage. Hear me out, right? So
Mm.
you're in
don't
a
need to
home.
do
It's a
this.
pandemic. You're
just
working
don't.
from home. You guys are gonna be smelling each other's farts all the time, right? But you have that. You've developed a sense of comfort about farting in front of your partner. So now
Mm.
when you smell that smell, you're like, oh, this is funny because this is my partner. I know what their farts smell like. We're so close. Now, if you were to, now this isn't a kink, right? This isn't a kink yet. But let's say you get divorced. You're living, on your own. You're back in the dating world again, and then for the first time after years of being single, and you're just you're finally like getting close to somebody again. They fart in front of you for the first time, and it smells like home. I hate the soundboard.
I was waiting for it the entire time.
I curse the soundboard every day.
Oh, okay. It's fine. You can do whatever you want. But it exists here because it's for my enjoyment. But no, listen, I don't know how you got there, Justin. I really warn the listeners and the viewers, please don't follow down his dark path. It's just
I'm just
too
saying,
dark.
like you not going like feel a feeling. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out because fart kinks are common as fuck. I know a lot of OnlyFans girls.
No.
Yes, they are. I know a lot of OnlyFans girls who have been like, at the very least, like every OnlyFans girl has, at the very least, like received comments about like, I will buy your farts or what do it fart. I know a couple who have like posted like fart videos just to be funny, and then like niggas blew up their Cash App over it. Like, I want more of that sent to me. I want personalized. That's a big kink. It's not like
You're ruining my life,
but it's definitely not uncommon. Like, we definitely know somebody with a fart kink.
So, are you telling me that you're gonna sell your farts?
You know what, man? Here's the thing about my farts. So my farts, they don't have a mid range.
Look at Joey.
Now, let me tell you something about my farts, because we're gonna dissect my farts in this episode now.
We're not.
My farts. No, we've already talked about my jerking off habits, and you know what? I personally don't talk about farting enough. So let's dissect my farting habits.
No.
For any of the ladies who want to get close to me. Now, here's the thing about my farts, right? I have a high protein diet. Now, with that being said, there's no mid-range for my farts. There's either no scent at all, it's fucking just air, or it is going to rip the paint off your walls. All right. If I'm really, if you see I hate the soundboard so much. If you see me like scoop, if the protein powder is slowly, diminishing, if the gains are on point, if the fat is shedding off my body, if I have veins in my crotch, if I'm really lean, my farts are going to kill animals and people. All right. So with that being said, I don't want to sell my farts, because either the customer is going to get nothing because it's going to be an empty fart, hollow fart, if you will, or it is going to be something that kills them. And I don't want that blood on my hands.
Blood farts.
Well, maybe the more it's like, maybe it's like when you're selling drugs and you cut it with something, like you got the pure shit, like one of your clients OD'd, and now all the other clients like need that shit because the other nigga died, which means it's gonna get them the high.
It's uncut.
Yeah, so you gotta harvest all your farts during like your protein ingestion.
Okay, I think we've tortured the people who are listening and viewing this enough.
I have to cut my farts with like rosemary mist, like, just to make sure.
Jesus, no.
Yeah,
like just a bit of aerosol, like a bit of Febreze to just make sure it doesn't absolutely murder somebody. What would you cut farts with? Like, what's the gas?
You wouldn't.
If you were gonna bottle and sell farts, like, or you know what? For the girls who do sell farts in jars, how do you like? Because I'm 100% sure they're not farting in jars all the time, right? They have to like. There's a lot of supply, a lot of demand. They don't want to sit there just munching down cabbage all the time. They probably have like a way to fake a fart remnants in these jars. I wonder what they're doing. Gotta find that business model. I love how the more I talk, the more like my brain starts moving. I was really tired coming into this, and now I'm talking about
they might
fart manufacturing.
Cabbage. They might just take some cabbage and like leave it in the jar, and then like let it, and then open it and then close it. Yeah, like let it go bad, and then take the cabbage out and then like label it.
We got the scheme, guys. You know what? National Meat Treasure Farts coming soon to you. We'll have all kinds of different scents. One will be summer swamp ass. The other will be winter moist butt crack, and we'll come up with new ones every season. We'll get that to you, to all of you beautiful meatheads out there. So
You know, it'd be
coming soon.
amazing if somebody like heard this episode and messaged us to be like, I want to. Who do you think is most likely? What do you think the fans? Whose farts
No
do the
one.
fans want? Do they want your
No.
wholesome?
I
Justin,
firmly believe
you
that there's no one who has a fart kink. That is
no,
in
there's
our
people that got
listenership.
fart kinks, and they're listening to this podcast.
I refuse to believe it.
There's a Venn diagram of the two, and they overlap right over each other. People who like farts and listening to this podcast is the same human being. So we're definitely gonna get somebody who's gonna give us the skinny on this, the 411, if you will.
Well, you got your news in, and I had my wild take on it. The more I talk, the faster my brain moves. So I've got a news story that I saw that infuriated me. So the world's largest edible was made recently. It's 850-pound brownie with 20,000 milligrams of THC, which is just obnoxious. That's literally fucking obnoxious and annoying. Of course, it's why people did it, because they have to ruin everything. But I had a question for you guys about this story. Which would you rather? 10,000 milligram THC edible, or like 5 strong hits of crack? Like, what do you think you're more likely to survive?
I'll stick with the weed, bro.
10,000 milligrams of THC in an edible?
Yeah. What do you think crack's gonna do? Like
just be crack, nigga. Like, I'm down for crack. I don't think you're surviving. I don't think your brain is going to function the same.
Strong hits
of crack, yes.
No.
That could kill you. Also.
Yeah.
I mean, crack can kill me, but I've done derivative, not crack, but I'm sure there's been a little bit of crack in some things I've done. But I don't think 10,000 milligrams of THC. I don't think you would be the same person on the other side of that. I do not think your brain would function.
I don't think so either.
Normally,
bro, I would take a nap.
And that's the thing too. Like, let's say, I think even in the best case scenario, you are going to be high for days. Even if it's a normal high, it's going to be like uncomfortably high for days.
I don't know, man. There's a certain limit that you hit. It's not like you can keep like there's no bonus rounds. Like there's a ceiling for it. So there's like only
for the listener,
high.
why don't you tell them like what is a strong milligram? What is an uncomfortable high edible for you milligram wise?
Oh, I mean, I think for most people it's like 50 and up. Like, you start getting to like the uncomfortable range. Like I can do about 25 to 50 pretty easily, like not like get too freaked out. But I don't really have those kind of like reactions to it. Like the only thing that has ever given me like weird side effects is like those vape cartridges. Those are the only ones that make me feel weird. But every other form that I've ever like consumed marijuana, especially in like those high like settings, like doesn't really bother me all that much. So that's just me.
I think I'm going to win you with this argument. I think I'm going to win the argument here because there is a very esteemed individual, that we know to be a great person, probably one of my favorite white people who does crack, Hunter Biden, the son of our president. And he's doing swell, and he loves crack. So I think I'd be on the good path.
How the fuck did you get there? Holy shit.
You didn't know Hunter Biden's a crackhead?
No, I did. But I don't even know how did you pull that out of your hat for no reason? That we did not need that. Nobody cares. I'm
arguing for crack in this argument.
Let's keep a tally of this. You argued for Christopher Columbus, not only Christopher Columbus, but Christopher Columbus fucking a manatee and it making sense. Yes. And now you have decided to join the side of what was that again? Because
Hunter Biden.
Crack. for high profile individuals and people. So crack, man, like those are the hills that you're willing to die on. So go for it. Let the floor is yours.
No, I'm just saying, like 5 strong. The president's son is doing crack. He's looking good. He's looking fly in the process. I don't think 5 strong hits of crack is gonna like change
I
your
don't know,
life.
man.
You know what I mean? It
I
might
have
even
no
elevate.
idea.
It might even elevate it. At 10,000 milligrams of THC, that might shut your liver down and kill you.
All right,
What the
so
fuck are you talking about?
I would take the THC over the crack because I know that after that I will not be addicted to THC. But you hit that
Do we
crack
know
one
for a
time, and
fact
you will
that
be
you would
addicted.
be addicted? I feel like I know functioning crackheads.
What you know? What functioning crackheads? What are you?
I
What
mean,
fucking lies are you talking about, bro?
I have
What
met
are you
people
talking?
that do crack and function like whole jobs. They just
Ooh,
enjoy and buy a little crack every now and again.
buy a little. No, that's not addicted. That's just like a bad Sunday night. Like you're not talking
Bad to
like
who? You're on crack, baby.
okay. You know what? Why don't you do the experiment? You literally live in Detroit, so you can get that very quickly.
Here's the thing: I can't compare the two because I would never do the 10,000 milligrams of THC, but I
But
definitely would do crack 5 times.
I mean, Adderall, crack, kind of same thing. So I'm sure you can get crack really easily, and somebody will hook you up like today.
Yo, one of these days, I'm
Just
gonna just
yell
pull
like,
up on you.
"Who's got crack?" Like, I think that's an appropriate way. Like, you don't need to go on Facebook for that. Like, you don't need
You
to
know
go
what
to
I'm
the
gonna do one of these
marketplace.
days? You and we've already had a very illustrious friendship, and we're gonna continue to
Mm.
have an illustrious friendship because one of these days I'm gonna like it's gonna be like 8 years from now. I'm gonna just pull up on you fully on crack and just be like, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna have lots of laughs, we have loads of fun, and then as I leave, you're gonna be like, by the way, I was on crack this whole time, nigga.
Like, just like peel out, and that's the real. That's the image that you have in your head. Sorry.
That crack is gonna make me this suave, well-adjusted individual. It
Yes,
probably
but the
will.
reality will be you are actually peeling off your skin under an overpass. So that would be your reality.
Dude, all right. How about this? How about this? Right. So if you ever do get divorced and you ever,
Mhm.
do go through that phase we talked about earlier, where you're going on a date with a lady for the first time, you're finally like starting to get comfortable with women again, and you smell her farts, and then you get comfortable smelling her farts, and you remember this episode, you remember this conversation. You come to me and you say, you know what, man, like you got it right with the whole fart thing. Let's just do some crack together. Let me see what else you got in
Listen,
store.
I still tell people one of your best bits that you've ever told me, and that's what I'm going to call them, bits, because they were always bits between us. And you literally had said that if you get to the age of 65 and nothing's happened, anything too major, the next thing that you're going to be looking for is black tar heroin, so you can shoot up by the fireplace. And I would always mention it should be like a bearskin rug, because like if you die, like it should be on that rug. So that would be the you just got to try it, right? It's just one of those things, like like you got to find out what all the the
Hoopla.
the hoopla. Yes, what the you got to find out what the hoopla is about.
I don't like needles and stuff.
You don't like
I
needles?
love how
Yeah.
that. I mean, you could. Can you
I mean,
eat heroin? No, you can't.
I don't mind. Like, I have no problem getting a shot or getting tattooed, but like, I'm not injecting myself with something. Like, I'm not with the shit.
That's it. It's a little wild. It is a little wild.
And Joey is an anti-vaxxer, folks. You heard it here first.
No, I literally said I have no problem getting shots. I said I'm just not injecting myself.
No, it's fine. You're an
We
anti-vaxxer.
just thought, man.
You're an anti-vaxxer, and I'm pro
Staten Island.
Biden crack.
And pro manatee pussy. Like, apparently.
This is a comedy podcast, folks. I'm just here to entertain.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
And by the way, if you guys would
until we get a message from the
me,
manatee community and they start be like.
And by the way, if any of our listeners want to hit my Cash App, Trop J, for to send me crack money, because you pay for the crack, I'll do some crack on an episode. We'll see what
Hold on.
YouTube will take that down so fast if I like mention I was on crack the whole time.
No.
Or
See,
would they?
that's
I
the
don't know if
thing.
they would.
I think they would.
You know what? They probably wouldn't, because I have seen videos of people on like acid on YouTube
Hmm.
and like proclaiming with
Interesting.
their chest that they are on acid and they're like documenting their trip. So
Wow.
perhaps crack would be fine.
Maybe. I think that's
Maybe.
the next
For
episode.
science. For
Perhaps
science.
crack is fine. Episode 45. Like perhaps like you literally just show up with half your skin peeled off, a monocle and a crushed top hat. And
Why am I like the
Perhaps-
Monopoly man when I'm on crack?
because perhaps it's fine. Holy shit. There you go, Bab.
You have Monopoly man merch
Oh
on.
shit! That
Yes,
is
I do.
insane.
I love this hoodie. It's nice. Thank you,
I can't
Walmart.
wait
Crack is
I can't wait
fine.
to smoke crack around your children.
It's gonna be a good time. With that said, it has been a pleasure. Hopefully my friend won't do crack in Pennsylvania. But here we are. We've gotten to this point. This has been the National Meat Treasure. Remember, we come out every Tuesdays and Thursdays with an episode on YouTube and Spotify and every platform out there that you do listen to your podcast, including Apple. I don't know why I had to shout them out, but we're getting up on there. It's the holidays. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what the next episode's gonna be like, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yes, sir.
Tune in and follow me on TikTok and Instagram at thin.cruel.lips for all my crack antics. Also, I looked at the numbers the other day. We are listened to equally on Spotify and Apple. 21% of our listeners are on Spotify and on Apple, which is weird because I didn't think people use Spotify for podcast, but I guess they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
you
I
have an
do.
Android.
I actually
Yeah.
did. I did in the past when I was using Spotify and Apple.
It's
I
a good
used them at the
platform.
same time. It was crazy. And speaking of Spotify, follow us on our Spotify playlist. I just threw some Roddy Ricch on there, because he just dropped a new album and it's fire.
Oh, did we
fire.
drop the new Tyga in there? Because
I will. I will drop a new Saga in there.
Justin will.
okay,
because-
Joey. After listening, I'm sorry for delaying this any further, but I'm gonna say this on record. I
Yeah.
agree 100% with you, Joey. That track is trash.
You know what it is? What we just seen today is that, Justin just wants to be on the wrong side of history for everything.
Everywhere,
Like
everywhere.
picking the
He's
wrong
a villain.
music,
He's a
the
villain.
wrong animals to have sex with, which
Yo,
are
listen,
animals.
he's
at all.
always-
You're not supposed to have sex with any animals.
I mean,
when you
we
sons
have
of
all the
bitches-
animals.
When you sons of bitches see me on Instagram on a boat with Tyga and Hunter Biden doing crack while I fuck a manatee, you will be jealous as fuck.
It's been the National Meat Treasure. Thank you for tuning in and defending this piece of shit that wants to be a fucking manatee fucking pirate with Hunter Biden doing crack on a Saturday.
And that's going on
in
a
front of
t-shirt,
children.
baby.
Peace.
God.
Actually,
I'm
that's
fucking-
extra.